What is Leeds Safeguarding Adults Board?
Supporting people with care and support needs to be safe from neglect, harm and self-neglect is what Safeguarding Adults is all about. My name's Richard Jones and I'm the independent chair of the Safeguarding Adults Board for the City of Leeds. The board's job is to ensure that across our partners we do everything possible to hear what it is that people are saying about their experience of safeguarding, to learn how it is that we do better in terms of in supporting people and meeting their needs, and ensuring that we work effectively together to keep people in Leeds safe. The board is made up of a number of organisations. That includes the City Council, it includes the health trusts in Leeds, it includes our clinical commissioning group, and it also involves the police, the fire and rescue service, probation and voluntary sector. We have a vision which is that Leeds should be a safe place for everyone. In this video, with the help of our fabulous ambassadors, but with members from our networks across the city, but also some of our board members, we want to tell you about the work that we're involved in and have been doing. Clearly, COVID has been a major issue for all of us, whether it be us as individuals, for our families and our communities, and it's been a key issue in terms of the way in which safeguarding has had to respond to needs. I've been really impressed by what I've seen and heard about in terms of how people have stepped up at a community level, in terms of neighbours, friends and families, but also in terms of the work of frontline staff and practitioners across all the agencies in Leeds, to ensure that we have been able to continue to meet the needs of people who have been at risk, and to ensure that everything is done to make Leeds as safe a place as possible.
What should people do if they need help to be safe or from abuse or neglect?
If you are ever concerned that you or someone else is being abused or neglected in any way, please do not ignore it. There are people who can help. You can call Adult Social Care on 0113 222 4401 or visit a council one-stop centre or community hub. If you are deaf, have hearing loss or have difficulty speaking, Sign Live video calls are available on the leeds.gov website. If someone is at immediate risk of harm or danger, call the police straight away on 999. We will remind you of these contact details at the end of this video.
How many people ask for help to be safe from abuse and neglect?
Between April 2020 and March 2021, Adult Social Care received 10,917 contacts with regards to abuse or neglect. That was more than the previous year. And 3 in 10 of those contacts required a safeguarding inquiry. On other occasions, people may have needed advice and information for a different kind of support.
What were they concerned about?
In the safeguarding enquiries that were required, the 5 most common elements within those were neglect. This would be where staff or families were not providing the help or support that an individual needed. Another form was physical abuse, and that was where someone was being hurt. For example, they were being hit or kicked or pushed. Financial abuse. And an example of that would be where individuals were having money taken from them. Another area was emotional abuse. And that's where individuals are made to feel anxious, concerned, frightened, or in general, that they as human beings were not important. The final element that I'm wanting to bring to your attention is that of domestic abuse. And that's where somebody is being abused in a domestic setting by a family member or somebody that they're in a relationship with. In almost 9 out of 10 examples, people were helped in terms of reducing the risk that they were facing. And in over 9 out of 10 cases, we were able to support people to partly or fully achieve the changes that they wanted within their own lives and their own personal circumstances.
How have people from Leeds helped develop safeguarding work?
Leeds Safeguarding Adults Board has an ambition to involve citizens in developing safeguarding work in Leeds. We called the Leeds approach to safeguarding adults Talk to Me, Hear My Voice. It is based on what people in Leeds said good support looks and feels like. Touchstone Service User Group and Seek Elders Service made a video about Talk to Me, Hear My Voice, and it is being used in Safeguarding Adults training. You watch the video on the Leeds Safeguarding Adults Board YouTube channel. We launched our new Friends of the Board network. Members are local organisations and groups who will help us find ways to focus our work based on what people in Leeds are saying. And we have a virtual network that lets people connect with us without attending meetings. There are over 220 members and they commented about our plans, new posters and leaflets and our new self-neglect policy.
It's important that people know how they can get help and support to be safe from abuse, neglect and self-neglect. How has the board been raising public awareness?
All Leeds Safeguarding Adult Board members promote safeguarding in their organisations and networks. On top of that, the board works together to promote public awareness about safeguarding. The board usually provides lots of awareness sessions each year. The impact of COVID-19 meant that we could not visit community groups in person to deliver our awareness sessions, but we were very pleased that some groups invited the board to speak to their members online. We established a community engagement network involving local people and groups to help us raise public awareness about safeguarding and making sure our information is accessible. The board's posters and leaflets are available to download from our website, and we have been happy to see them displayed across Leeds. We took part in the 16 Days of Action campaign to make people aware of domestic abuse and the help that is available. In June, we organised Safeguarding Week, and we are pleased to see lots of organisations in Leeds taking part to raise awareness about safeguarding. And the board uses social media throughout the year to share messages, including information about domestic abuse and scams. You can find us on Twitter and Facebook at Leeds SAB.
How is the board learning about people's safeguarding experiences?
Leeds Safeguarding Adults Board commissioned Advonet, a local advocacy service, to run a project called Talk to Me, Hear My Safeguarding Story. People have given honest and anonymous feedback about their safeguarding experiences that we will use to identify how safeguarding work can be improved. The board holds safeguarding adults reviews when someone has died or experienced serious abuse or neglect, and there is learning about how partners could have worked more effectively. We have published the learning from 2 reviews where people had died because of self-neglect, and you can read about these on our website. With Safer Leeds, we carried out a review to learn about the experiences of people with street-based lives who have died in Leeds, and this was to understand how safeguarding works for people in those circumstances. We continued a review with Safer Leeds and the Leeds Safeguarding Children Partnership concerning a young adult who died at home, and self-neglect may have contributed to his death. And we started a review regarding a person who had been reluctant to receive care and support from agencies before she died. The learning actions from these reviews are taken forward by the board to improve outcomes for people in the future. The board has also worked on developing our quality assurance approach, including a new assessment process for board member organisations, and new processes for collating multi-agency data and for undertaking multi-agency audits.
How is the board helping Leeds organisations support people who experience abuse and neglect? During the year, Leeds Safeguarding Adults Board has done lots of new things to help organisations support people who are experiencing abuse, neglect and self-neglect. In October 2020, we launched our new self-neglect policy, focusing on working with and alongside the person at risk, and we ran a series of learning events to help practitioners to understand self-neglect and practices that they can use to support people. We've been developing an exceptional risk forum to support organisations working to help people who are at risk to themselves despite previously receiving support. And we've improved our guidance for carrying out large-scale inquiries. This is when there's a number of people that are at risk within a service. Over 140 key practitioners from Leeds attended our online sessions about safeguarding and the law. We've been promoting a new approach for recording where a person doesn't attend an appointment called Was Not Brought. It enables practitioners to consider if someone is not being provided with the support that they need. And our board members have agreed to take on champion roles, representing the board on partnerships, networks and strategies in their work-related areas such as learning disability, mental health and housing.
What is the board going to be working on next?
Our full plan is available on our website, but these are some of the things that we're going to be prioritising. We'll continue to listen to the people in Leeds to make sure that their experience of safeguarding is integral to how we develop our work. We want to continue to work with our citizens' ambassadors who've been on hold understandably during the pandemic, but we're really hoping they'll be able to get out and start again talking to people, listening to what it is that they have to say, so that again we're informed by people's own views and experiences. We're wanting to do a lot more on promoting awareness around how people can be safe from abuse, neglect and self-neglect. Our Friends of the Board network is helping us engage with new communities, and we're looking to grow that network. We're going to be developing and have already started a series of regular bulletins for organisations and practitioners and partners across Leeds to ensure that people can keep up to date with the work that's happening in Leeds. And we're going to develop an online resource to help people know about and understand safeguarding. And our board champions will seek to influence wider city strategies that support people to be safe, like work around domestic violence and mental health. And we're going to continue, understandably, to focus on the ongoing challenges of COVID-19 as we begin to emerge from the pandemic and understand the implications for safeguarding practice across Leeds.